Live from Los Angeles. Welcome back to Good Morning La La Land. We're here with possibly the two smartest girls in the room, Muffy and Arianna, experts from the best ever trivia show.
That's us.
Yes.
You are correct.
But you're both experts who have had very successful runs. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Jeopardy. Tell us a little bit about your personal journeys to creating this show.
Oh, well, you know, I had been on, I think I've been on 4 or 5 game shows. I kind of lost count. Won some, lost some. But happily, I got to be recruited. I was originally going to try out as a contestant. And they said, Muffy, we've actually thought about you maybe being an expert. And I said, oh.
Like you gonna pull that off?
There was testing and auditioning and all that. And I made it on. And I'm just absolutely thrilled to be part of it.
Yeah, you know, I've always been a competitive person, not an athletic person. So competing in trivia was a great way to kind of tap into those competitive and smart tendencies. And yeah, I've been very lucky to get to compete on game shows as a contestant like Muffy, and then this year to try out for and be cast on Best Ever Trivia Show as an expert.
So what would you say is your best ever game show moment for yourself?
For me, it was winning $100,000.
That's pretty good. Right there.
Just in the head, and it came out, and it was money.
It's fun when your brain wins you money.
Yes.
For me, I think it was getting Final Jeopardy right on my first college Jeopardy game, and just the joy of feeling that and feeling like I had accomplished this huge trivia goal. It just, it's a feeling you can't recreate.
You have to admit, I watched the show and I'm like, I don't even know where you guys have this wisdom.
It's amazing.
I'm like, what? I can't even relate to the show sometimes because I'm like, I don't even know what they're talking about.
I don't understand the question. Forget the answer. What's the question?
Well, I think that's the beauty of trivia, is that you never know what you know, and anything can be a trivia question. So I hope you'll keep watching and
I love
something.
it.
Oh, I'm so
That's why we love it.
Yeah, something will come up, and that's the answer right there.
And not everybody knows everything.
Right.
So I always have the opportunity to learn something new and go, and then you tuck it away in the back of your brain.
Okay, so I have a question for you, because sometimes you'll have those kids that have the mathematical things come out, so we think it's maybe not even in their consciousness. It's something that we all have, which is infinite intelligence. Have you ever experienced where you have an answer and you don't even know where the answer came from?
Absolutely, yeah. Just something way back in the reaches of your memory, and it's just there, and you can pull on it. Then there's the flip side where you think, I absolutely know that, and it's not coming out.
That's what happens to me every time. I know this, but I really don't know.
Or you think you either it doesn't come out, or you think you know it, and then you're way off. Yeah. But yeah, there are a couple things where I just, like when I was on Teen Jeopardy years ago. And,
Last year.
And there were a couple where I rang in and I didn't know how I knew it, and I was just like, but I got it right, and I was like, oh, okay, let's keep going.
So we have 2 supernatural women on the show today. That's amazing.
So, go ahead.
Tell us a little bit about the show itself, the Best Ever Trivia Show.
Sure.
So it's 3 contestants who go up against 3 experts in a variety of topics. You have 3 different rounds, and then whichever of the contestants wins goes up against the best of the experts for that game for the final showdown to win up to $10,000.
Super cool.
In the first 3 rounds, the experts were there to show what we know, and if we get a question wrong, it actually benefits the contestants. They earn more points if we get it wrong. Of course, we're always trying to get it right. But then in that final round, like Muffy said, it becomes that head-to-head of expert versus contestant.
That's amazing. Have you discovered any tips and tricks to becoming the trivia experts that you are? How do you sharpen your tool and keep it sharp? And
I think everybody learns in different ways, and Muffy and I both work in education as our outside of trivia jobs, and so it's really fun to see how people learn. You know, for me, I do well with lists. I do really well with flashcards, like a lot of students do. But that's me. Everybody learns in slightly different ways.
I do well when I'm wrong, and then I get mad.
Oh, wow. It's the anger that inspires you to learn more.
So do you find that you're kind of on a roll sometimes, and then you get way off of your game at times, and how does that work?
Well, sometimes nerves, if you are wrong and you think you know it, you can get rattled, and you have to sort of keep yourself calm. I mean, that's especially true in any game show scenario.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it's about knowing, it's about commanding it in.
Yeah, and feeling really confident in what you know, and not being afraid to say, okay, I'm gonna go for this, and hopefully I get it. And then if you get it wrong, being able to kind of put it aside and move on to the next question, because there's always going to be another question.
And, I mean, that's great life advice in general, beyond just being in a game show, especially for women, to really be able to speak and celebrate their knowledge and their intelligence, because for a long time, for generations, that wasn't really encouraged.
And we still see that. Jeopardy, trivia is still a pretty male-dominated game or field, and so I know Muffy and I both love being women who play trivia. we love getting to show what we know and hopefully inspire girls and other women to be proud of what they know and not be afraid to speak up and use their voice.
That's fascinating. It's one of the things I love most about the show and also you women is that you're debunking this myth and stigma around women not being as smart, right? And I wonder, like to that end, as children, did you struggle with that at all, where you just felt like gender primed or,
I was actually lucky enough to go to an all-girls school that was very competitive. So being smart was, being nerd had its own kind of cred. So that was kind of my brand.
Yeah.
So that was something that I embraced, very early on.
Yeah, I definitely remember times very early on where even other girls would say, why do you talk like that? Or why do you use such big words? And I was really lucky to grow up in a family that loved learning. And we loved talking about what books we'd read. And then going to a middle school and high school where, similar to Muffy, learning stuff was considered to be really cool. Wow. So I think that really helped. But I see it with girls all the time that for whatever reason, as they get older, they start to feel like it's not okay to show what you know. And I don't want that to be the case.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for showing the world everything you two know. Please tell everyone where they can find and follow your personal journeys and watch the show.
So you can watch the show every day on Game Show Network at 4 o'clock. We hope you'll tune in. You can find me on social media. My name, Arianna Haut, and Year of Pancakes, if you're interested in what I've been doing every day this year. And Muffy?
I am Muffy Marracco. I'm on all the social medias.
Yeah.
all the things. Thank you,
I don't
ladies,
use many
so much.
tactics,
Stay tuned. Back with more on Good Morning LaLa Land.